just hit me so hard that I just don't get to have the perfect Christmas.
Poor Robin. There she is, living the tragic life of a woman who has an adoring husband, 5 healthy kids who all happily live under her roof, and a mansion big enough to make the rest of us question our life choices. My heart just bleeds for her. Seriously, why isn't everyone out there singing her praises? I mean, who wouldn't kill to spend Christmas surrounded by 5 kids and a doting husband? And to top it off, she gets to do all of this in a $2 million house, with zero worries about buying gifts because, she can afford them. Must be rough. Meanwhile, Mary's probably spending her Christmas shoveling the driveway and binge-watching Netflix in her humble little corner of the world. But sure, Robin, go on and keep complaining. Now, Robin really thought everyone would stick around for Kody, didn't she? Like, Kody would live with her, swing by for a casual hour every month to see the other wives, and they'd all still be one big happy family. They'd just hang out in the background to make her feel like she's still living that plural family dream. And God forbid the other wives make a move to leave. She's there with her guilt trips, acting like Christine, Mary, and Janelle just ruined her holidays. What a tragedy, right? But let's not ignore the real gem here. Robin, who acts like a little lost puppy, constantly on the verge of tears at her big age, almost 50, but sure, let's act like she's a helpless child. Maybe it's a ploy to look innocent, escape accountability, or maybe she's genuinely emotionally stunted. Either way, she comes off like the world's most entitled, spoiled brat, devastated that she didn't get her way, with zero concern for anyone else. Destroy a family unit? Kick an old dog? No problem. But when her own daughters start to feel the weight of all this dysfunction, nah, who cares if they're unhappy as long as they're stuck under her roof? We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X Serious Question. Why does Tony annoy me so much? I honestly can't pinpoint it, but every time he's on screen, I just feel this thing that I can't explain. I don't even know what he did to me, but I'm just not a fan. Anyone else feel this way? I think it's because he's a married father of 3, but somehow still acts like a stoned teenager. I mean, I get the appeal of some edgy humor for younger people, but Tony just takes it to this weird, uncomfortable level. Like making shock value jokes about Mormon grandmas? Seriously? It's just rude and honestly pretty cringe. People who cling to that shock value past their 20s just look, well, immature. He's also always talking. It's like he needs to be the center of attention at all times. Complete opposite of Mitch. I can't help but wonder if Mitch ever gets annoyed by him. He tries way too hard, like we get it, Tony, you're funny, but it's always awkward and forced. Mykelti does the same thing, constantly seeking attention in all the wrong ways. But here's the real kicker. I've never seen someone so confidently obnoxious despite having zero talent, charm, or even decent looks. That's what really gets to me. We've all seen this family go through some real trauma, and then Tony rolls in, totally oblivious to his lack of tact. It's just gross. He craves the limelight, but is too emotionally stunted to realize the damage this show has done to everyone around him. And don't even get me started on how he talks to his mother-in-law, Christine. The things he says to her are borderline disrespectful. He compared David to Kody. Why would you say that to her face? And let's not even mention the way he looks. Those buggy eyes are something straight out of a horror movie. It all makes sense now. He's an agent of chaos. Sure, it's entertaining in small doses, but he's the type of guy who'll manipulate you into revealing your true feelings about someone, and then throw it in your face later when that person's right there. Plus, when you're hanging out with him, his mind's already somewhere else. He's never fully present, just always on to the next thing. So yeah, that's why I can't stand Tony. Oh, here we go again. Celebs get canceled all the time for way less than the ignorant, misogynistic mess that Kody Brown has said and done. Seriously, if we're canceling people for their behavior, why is this guy still on TV? Let's kick off a cancel Kody trend, shall we? I'd actually watch the show without him and Robin, because, let's be honest, it's basically the same show right now. They don't interact with anyone else, and all we get is the OG wives giving us the play-by-play of the family drama. Spoiler alert, it's not much different from what we're seeing now. Kody doesn't deserve to keep his spot on TV, making money off his toxic behavior. Like, how many likes can we get for this? Can we get this to trend on every platform out there? Let's make his worst fear a reality, because, let's face it, the only thing that scares Kody is the idea of going broke. And, let's not forget, his own kids have basically canceled him already. The man's so toxic, his own children don't want him around. But hey, every dramatic series needs a villain, right? For years, Kody had Christine playing the role of the antagonist to Robin's perfect life, but now? Now, Kody is the one getting a taste of his own medicine. He's the antagonist to Christine and the other wives as they move on with their lives. Watching him unravel is honestly the most entertaining thing about this whole situation. It's like his story arc is literally him falling off the pedestal of the happy family he always claimed to want to build. Except, spoiler, it's real people's lives, not a scripted drama. And guess what? His kids saw right through it. They've had enough of the man who belittles their mothers, and shocker, they cut ties with him. So, like, he actually bought any of them diamonds? I'm watching with my mom, who's only seen a handful of episodes. When the 3 rings fall off in the new opening sequence, she casually drops, like he bought any of them diamonds. And honestly, I am dead. Well, au contraire, Mom, he actually bought one for Sobin. She's been wearing it for the past 2 seasons. Hold on, I'll find a picture. Edit, here it is, and the other ring. Oh yeah, that's her horse's ass ring. Now, I can't help but laugh at how basically every woman who watches even one episode gets this instant gut-deep dislike of him. It's like a sixth sense for the Creed vibe. And then, when they hear the whole story, yeah, it's straight up disgust. Please, keep watching with her. I need to hear her reactions. Seriously, you should start a YouTube channel where you two do reaction videos. I'd be all over that. Kody and Mary's conversation in Season 19, Episode 6 is pure chaos. Seriously, what are they even talking about? Kody, in his usual charming fashion, basically says he wishes he'd never married her. And hey, what a delightful thing for their kid to overhear, right? He's been saying for years he didn't want to be married to her, but now, in a perfect twist, he's acting all confused about why she moved quickly to get a spiritual release. It's like he's going to her just to hammer in the point that he doesn't love her, that marrying her was a mistake. But sure, let's keep this conversation going. It's healthy, right? It's like he's a walking punishment machine. One thing about Kody is that he loves to make people pay for what he believes are their wrongs. In this case, Mary is the target of his rage. He's clearly trying to hurt her, telling her he wished he'd left her sooner. But there's a catch. He wants her to stick around to take the pain. He doesn't seem to like that she's now less willing to take his verbal punches. Mary's not giving him the response he craves, and it's like he can't handle it. And honestly, TLC should be ashamed for giving him any platform, much less paying him for this nonsense. Kody was also irked that the church elders granted Mary her spiritual release on the grounds of abandonment. You know, because when you're trying to be seen as the good guy, making your spouse feel abandoned in front of everyone definitely doesn't scream integrity. Then, to top it all off, he was baiting her. It would have been so satisfying if Mary had just called him out on it, like, "Are you seriously trying to bait me right now? Stop the word salad and speak clearly, Kody." But of course, she's way past his petty games. The whole conversation was just awkward and uncomfortable. Basically, Kody was telling her, "Yeah, I never really loved you and dragged you along for 30 years. Oh, and let's not forget the stunning gem of a question. Why didn't you leave sooner? Gee, I wonder why, Kody. Maybe because you were stringing her along, you jerk? Oh, the cruelty. I was rewatching some old episodes, and I got to the part where Christine talks about moving back to Utah. I totally missed it the first time around, but this time, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Kody completely set her up to get destroyed by the other wives. He acted all supportive during the conversation, making it seem like he was on board and would have her back. But when the moment came, he let her dingle all alone and did a full 180, turning on her like it was nothing. He wanted her to suffer, and honestly, it looked like he enjoyed it. Probably some twisted payback for her having the audacity to visit their children, because how dare she, right? It was so cruel and frankly pathetic. And then, the cherry on top, him and Robin watching that entire exchange unfold, especially his ridiculous performance during the conversation about Isabel's surgery, and then acting all shocked and shaken when Christine wants to leave. Unreal. It's like they thought she'd just roll over and accept whatever they decided. I'm honestly hoping the OG3 take them for every last penny they can get. But wait, speaking of cruelty, remember that Raymond Noodle Turd, Kody? The way he manipulated Mary into thinking he was interested in getting back together with her? Hugging her, talking about how the new place felt romantic, and making her believe he was finally seeing her in a new light. Total POS move. Watching that back, I got the distinct feeling that he just wanted to move to Flagstaff and made Mary take the fall for it. After everyone shut her down, suddenly he was back to pushing the idea, and Robin was the one who shut it down completely. He looked disappointed when they said no, but still somehow seemed pleased that Christine was in pain. It was like he was getting some weird satisfaction out of her suffering, like she was finally getting a taste of the agony he's been through, which, of course, is not even remotely the same thing. Honestly, watching that episode made me want to scream. It was so calculated, so intentionally cruel. And here's the part that gets me flamed in the comments every time. Janelle also stabbed Christine in the back, and it's never addressed. Janelle knew full well that Christine was desperate to move back to Utah, and then Janelle just casually says she'd stay in Flagstaff if they decided to move. Like, that's not a big deal, right? But it is. It's a huge deal. It's essentially her saying she'd be fine staying in a situation that would end her marriage with Kody. And in that moment, Kody chose Janelle over Christine. I feel like this part never gets enough attention. It's honestly heartbreaking, and it seems like no one really wants to talk about it. It's honestly wild how different Kody and Gabe are. I mean, they're on two totally different planets. Take the latest episode, for example. Gabe comes over and offers to cook breakfast for his mom. How sweet, right? A real thoughtful gesture that shows he actually cares about her. Then we have Kody, who thinks it's hilarious to take a bite out of his mom's breakfast burrito. He even looks at the camera and smugly says, "What's hers is mine." Charming, right? Because nothing says loving son like being a complete entitled jerk. Seriously, I could hardly watch that without cringing. I just don't see how Gabe could ever have a meaningful relationship with Kody. I mean, Gabe's got his act together, and Kody, well, he's just a walking disaster. Gabe might be a little like Savannah, playing the Disneyland dad role for a while, but I doubt he'd tolerate it for long. Gabe actually idolized the man he thought Kody was. That's a tough thing to shake off, but I don't see Kody and any of his kids having a future together after the way he's treated them. Remember when he called them assholes on national TV and trashed their mothers? Real classy, Kody. For years, he prided himself on being a religious man, but it's clear he missed that part in Galatians where it says, "God is not mocked, for you reap whatever you sow." Well, guess what, Kody? You're about to reap a whole lot of bad karma. And frankly, it's exactly what you deserve. It blows my mind that he can't seem to get it through his thick skull that trashing their mothers is the reason they don't want anything to do with him. I can't even begin to imagine my dad talking about my mom the way Kody does. It would crush me. Seriously, I'd be done. But Kody, he can't understand why his kids would want nothing to do with him after he trashes their mothers on TV. It's insane. And don't even get me started on the pudding incident. Kody just had to grab Gwen's bowl and scarf down half of it. Like, really? He's just snatching food out of his kids' mouths like a power-hungry jerk. Growing up in a big family, you learned fast that you don't get seconds. If you're lucky, you get one serving. And to watch Kody take Gwen's food she probably really wanted, was infuriating. Then he has the audacity to take his own mom's food. He can't seem to respect anyone's space, attention, or even their basic right to eat. This man is just a walking, talking example of how not to be a decent human being. Here we go. Kody, bless his heart, didn't just want Robyn. Oh no, that would have been too simple. He wanted the whole family package, her kids, the lifestyle, the drama, the whole shebang. Meanwhile, Robyn, with her stretched out denim and flawless waistline, you know, the one untouched by the horrors of stretch marks, was more than happy to slide into her role as the perfect trophy wife. It wasn't about love. It was all about status, baby. Kody, finally basking in the spotlight of his newfound fame, thought he had hit the jackpot. He got the shiny new wife and the built-in friends, courtesy of her family. Now, here's where the truth really hurts. From the very beginning, I've been convinced that what Kody called love for Robyn was just his own lusty desire. The guy's so emotionally stunted, he can't even recognize the difference. You know it, I know it, and the OG3 definitely knew it. They were busy building an actual family, doing the hard work of parenting, cooking, cleaning, and keeping it all together while Robyn had a nanny to handle the kids while she tended to her best customer. The Ogies were out there hustling, making a family work. Robyn was out there, hustling Kody's ego. Let's not forget why Kody was so drawn to Robyn. It wasn't just for her nurturing soul or her ability to cook a mean casserole. No, it was because Robyn was a breakdancing queen, a self-taught virtuoso from the mean streets of Utah. Forget emotional depth. Kody was just too tired of the endless fighting and the mundane life with the OG3. He was starving for that deep connection that only Robyn's insane dance moves could provide. Seriously, how could you not be entranced by those gravity-defying spins? And as for the OG3, well, at that point, they were just collateral damage in Kody's desperate quest for a breakdancing soulmate. The whole family was just in the way of his great journey of love and lust, which, let's face it, was probably mostly lust all along. Kody and Robyn. Where do I even start? It hit me like a ton of bricks. The reason Kody's so obsessed with accusing his ex-wives of poisoning their kids against him is that he and Robyn have been doing the exact same thing to her kids. Seriously, the moment they got together, they kicked off a full-on smear campaign against Preston. They've been planting seeds of doubt in Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna's minds for ages, long before they even said, "I do." Robyn was already jumping in, correcting Brianna when she called Kody Kody instead of Dad, and they weren't even married yet. Hilarious, right? But hey, guilty minds do tend to project, don't they? I mean, it's textbook gaslighting and narcissism. Robyn took her kids away from her ex, twisted Miri's arm into divorcing Kody so Davey could be adopted, and Kody, ever the willing accomplice, took to painting David, the kid's actual dad, as this deadbeat, neglectful mess. But plot twist, Kody turned out to be exactly the person he was accusing David of being, and Robyn's done everything in her power to force his original kids out of his life. Robyn claims the OG kids never saw her as a mom, but here's the thing. She wouldn't even let Christine, Janelle, or Mary see her kids. So yeah, that's rich. And let's not forget the ridiculous double standards here. Robyn's going on about how the other wives were mean to Davey, but on camera, she's been downright nasty to Kody's original kids. She says they were rude about holidays and coronavirus-19. Please, she was the one who shut the OG kids out of her house for the holidays. And Kody? He's up here whining that Janelle didn't rush to take care of him when he had coronavirus. But where was the concern when anyone else was sick or injured? Oh, right. Nowhere. Zero offers of help. It's like if they complain about someone else's behavior, you can bet Kody and Robyn have either already done it or are just waiting to pull the same stunt on someone else. And let's talk about Robyn for a second. She did to her kids what she's been complaining about her own dad doing to her. She knows exactly how it feels, and yet, here she is, pulling the same moves with her own kids. Kody's no better, though. He wants to pretend like his kids never had a father before him, just like Robyn doesn't want to hear about the family before her. Classic case of do as I say, not as I do. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.